Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning to you. Oh, what's up? Look at Robin. Robin just got a smile on her face over there. Look at her. She's got her notes ready for you, Derek. She is just ready to write it. Charles, I haven't seen you in a while, Charles. Good morning to you, brother. Good morning to you. Miss you, man. Good to see you here this morning. Mr. John Hart, as always. Tony D, what up, D? Winnie down in Florida. What's up, Alicia? Good morning to you. What's up, Louie, over there in Wisconsin? Wisconsin. We got them all over the place, Derek. Good morning, brother. How are you, man?
I'm blessed, man. How about yourself?
I am we're making it over here. Brielle is sick, so it's kind of like one of those things that you have in the morning where you got a schedule down pat, and then it's kind of like a wrench gets thrown into things, and Brielle wakes up, Dad, I don't feel good at all. And it's just like, all right, we're gonna have to change some things up today. But all is good. Luckily, she's 12, so it's a little bit easier on sickness than Bryce boy when he's sick. It's like stop traffic.
I'm more like a Bryce, man. I'm a big baby. I don't like being sick. Did you just have a cold or something?
I don't know. She gets really bad strep throat, so her throat's bothering her, and I think too, she's burned the candle on both ends. I'm a proud dad. She had her first middle school soccer game, so she had to go through all these tryouts, and so she had her first game yesterday, and then she had to go from there to her club practice, and she's been balancing that world for quite some time. The pollen's pretty heavy here, so it's just not to have excuses for her, but I think sometimes when you burn the candle from both ends at that age, it sneaks up on you.
Uh, yep. That
Where
sucks,
you
man. But
at,
I
man?
hope she does well, brother. I'm in Arkansas
Arkansas.
for a couple more hours, and then I'm headed to Vegas for this weekend's Aspire Wealth Conference,
Oh, nice.
and
That's right.
yeah, then I'm heading to the Philippines. So,
You're good. I'm going to the Philippines in October with Jay and Rika and Tony. Gonna go see my team in the Philippines. So, are you seeing your team, your VA team?
yep, going there to meet with my team. I'm gonna spend some time on the beach, just sitting alone, uh, disconnecting from the world. This show will actually be the only thing besides my kids that I connect with during that time frame. Um, Meet with my team, take care of business, and then come back over this way.
There you go, man. There you go. Well, brother,
Need that.
what's on your topic today? What are you thinking? What's brewing? What's going on in Derek's? I feel like I haven't talked to you in about a week, and I was thinking about you this morning, and I was just like, where is he? What's he doing? What's going on with you, brother?
Brother, this journey that I'm on is absolutely just incredible. I found myself sitting last night. My best friend is here with me. He's also the head chef at my restaurant. And we're sitting last night with the mayor and having dinner and drinks with the mayor and just talking about different things that we have going on and how to help improve this city where we are. And just all day yesterday, just shaking hands with so many people around the various communities here that came in. And you know what, Brock, man, when you and I first met on that stage that day, you heard me say, I'll feed anybody, but I'm not for everybody.
Hmm.
And it was, oh, that goes. Sorry, we're packing up the Airbnb so we can get out of here. We're leaving out once this meeting is over. But um, here I brought the one of the highest rated chefs, the highest rated chef in Alaska, the best person that I know that knows his way around the kitchen. And it's amazing, man. We cooked breakfast for all of these people. I gave a presentation about waffles and whatnot and franchise expansion and all that stuff. And the mayor started talking. And she said, thank you for the food. Everybody was very happy with the food. And then she asked me if I could feed vegans. And she said she watched a documentary called What the Health years ago. And that caused her to not eat meat. And she went into the story and she told us about how, um, after watching that show, she hasn't touched meat in 8 years, bro. 8 years. And then she's
Wow.
like, but I heard
More
his
chicken
story.
wings for me.
I know, right? And she's like, I heard your story and I see you over there. And I just want you to know that I had to eat your bacon. And those were the most delicious eggs I've ever eaten. And so she broke her vegan diet.
Really?
She broke her vegan diet after 8 years just to try the food because everybody else around her was telling her how the food was and what it tastes like. And then I had another guy. Um, this guy is almost 80 years old. He's going to be 80 in just a couple weeks. And he was telling a story to me. And he was saying that when he was a kid, um, that there was a field between his house and the neighbor's house. He grew up like in a farm area. And the neighbor had a mule. And what he did one day is he went and picked up a stick. So the neighbor left and the mule is out there in the field and he picked up a stick and he walked over and he threw the stick and hit the mule with it. And he said the mule jumped. And then like he startled the mule and the mule took a couple steps. So he went over and he picked up the stick and he looked around and he just knocked the crap out of his mule again, just whack, hit the mule with the stick. And this time the mule jumped again, but he didn't move. So he went over and he figured he's going to hit this mule for the third time. He picks up the stick and he said, and that's what all he heard was a whoosh as the mule's heel came right across his face and tried to kill him, like hit him in the head. And as he was telling this story, or as he got to the climax of that story, for him, it was his life changing moment because he realized that he nearly died. For me, I'm sitting there and I'm like, dang, okay. This whole thing about I'll feed anybody, but I'm not for everybody. And then this guy with this mule, bro, I feel that sometimes in life, not sometimes, all the time in life, every single one of us, we have all these life's experiences. We talk about this sauce of life thing. We have all of these unique experiences that turn us into who we are. And our thoughts about those experiences and emotions that drive those thoughts create the beliefs that drive who we are. As I listened to him tell his story and I started processing what exactly that means, the message that came to me through that was that sometimes you're that kid. You have something that has happened to you that is controlling your life, and for no good reason other than you just feel like it. You find a stick and you go out and you decide to throw the stick at the donkey. You go hit this freaking mule. Mule hadn't done anything to you, but you go pick up the stick and hit the mule. And the mule jumped the first time and he just walks away like, all right, I got you. He turned the other cheek. And so sometimes, and some people have the mindset that, you know what, I'm just going to go pick this stick up again and hit him again. And the second time you hit the mule jumps. But guess what? He doesn't have another cheek to turn. So he stands his ground. When you pick up that stick the third time, he's going to try to knock the crap out of you, knock some sense into your head. But then there's other times in life that I've found that I'm the mule. I don't know if any of you have ever had that experience where sometimes you're the one tossing the stick, and sometimes you're the one who's the ass. You're the one getting hit. You're the one who's picking up all of the things that other people want to throw your way, right? And you're trying to process like why? Why has this person decided to talk to me like this today? Why did this person decide to say this, or that? Why did this person decide to take this action against me today? And being the mule, sometimes you can just stay in your head and process and process and process and process. You know, he still doesn't know. He's, like I said, 79 years old. To this day, he still doesn't know why he picked up that stick to hit the mule. He just decided to do it.
Hmm.
Bro, you can spend your entire life trying to understand why people pick up the stick to hit you, why people do the things that they do. But it's like that statement from years ago that says that if you feel that everyone else is the problem, that you'll spend your whole life waiting on the rest of the world to go to therapy. Sometimes, like what I'm doing right now, you just have to disconnect from everything. The mule has to just not go back into that field or just walk away from everything. Sometimes it takes that disconnection from everything, the people you love, the people you don't, whatever it is, to walk away from everything. And you can't internalize that as if you're the reason that this entity acted out against you. You're the reason that they picked up the stick. That mule could have just as easily been a cat. It could have been a bird. It could have been anything. On that day, the guy just wanted to pick up the stick and hit something because of things that he had going on in his life. With that being said, continue to just be you and learn who you are. Control the one thing in life you can control. It's the best line for me and the soundtrack to Hamilton or the play to Hamilton. I am the one thing in life I can control. And I start processing what are the things I can control. And I'm sitting with this mayor as she's talking about her vision for the city. She's talking about the various things that she wants to do. And we started talking about the mentality of the people. So it's one thing to come in with all of your bright and brilliant ideas and you're just going to come change the world and change everybody's lives. But you know what? If the mindset of the people is such that they just want to pick up sticks and hit mules, there's not much you can do. There's just not. So, what is the one thing in life you can't control? Your thoughts. You can control your thoughts. My friend down here, Charles, who this is the first time I'm seeing Charles's house from this angle, by the way. He changed his camera around and everything. Like he's got his
Yeah.
office back there, changed his little background. He's all professional. They look at him go. But Charles is in my Salsa Life Mastermind group, and he sent something the other day about the things you can control. You can control your thoughts, and you can control your actions. Right? Your actions are driven by your thoughts. So if you can control your thoughts, then automatically you'll control your actions. That's what came to me today, bro. It's just this focus to talk about or to open up the discussion, rather, about focusing on the one thing in life you can't control yourself. You are, just like every other person I've ever met, Brock, unique. And that soundtrack, they say you are inimitable. There's a 50-cent word for you. You're inimitable. You're unique. And to this day, I have never ever met two people who took their ingredients and made the same batch of soup or the same batch of sauce. It doesn't exist. Every single person goes through all of the experiences of their life. And because of the environment in which they were raised, because of the mindset of the people that raised them, they turn the experiences of their life into ingredients that they use in their own way. Two people can get in a traffic accident. One person can drive away in a rental car or go grab a rental car and keep driving. The other person may never drive again, or they're too afraid to drive again. I've seen it in the military. I've seen it in real life. So your life's experiences, bro, is unique to you. Part of what I do, Brock, is help people see themselves, help to expose those things. And in the process of doing that, man, I get exposed. And it's actually a great thing because I like to spend time in my head. I actually like my mind, bro. I have built a man cave in there. I can go in there, I can kick my feet up on the couch. It's quiet until the kids come or the wife comes or somebody else comes and interrupts that. Like I'll live in my head. Like let me just sit in here and chill. I like being with Derek, but not everybody does, and that's okay because I'm willing to feed anybody, but I'm not for everybody. Life has thrown me a bunch of life experiences, a whole lot of things that I've processed through my mind and through my filter. I know what I feel about those things, and I know how they have helped me move forward. I know that for some people, it helps them in tremendous ways. We have deep connections. There are people that can write me. I have someone that wrote me yesterday. She's uh she's not the dean. She's very close to being the dean of a university in California, right? And yet she just needs somebody to talk to. So she just calls me and we just shoot the breeze. She talks about various things happening in her life, just being friends. But then there's other people that can connect with me and we can have a conversation. And sometimes I can go too deep. And if I go too deep, I trigger something and they pick up a stick and they throw that stick. You know what, man? All I'm going to keep doing is being me because I'll feed anybody, but I'm not for everybody. I highly encourage everybody that's listening to this message today to be able to look in the mirror and love yourself and appreciate who you are. Be able to sit in silence. If you're not able to sit in silence and feel comfortable sitting on the couch with yourself, if you feel like you need some distraction, then that is an indicator. In my life's experience, that's an indicator that you need to do some internal work until you can actually sit in silence and be with yourself. Be comfortable with yourself and comfortable in your skin. Be willing to feed yourself and anybody else from your life's experiences, but realize you're not for everybody. That's what I wanted to talk about today, Brock. I see you writing feverishly, man. I see you just going. And I see Rebecca Black over here nodding her head. And I got Christian over here in his thinking man pose. So I want to open it up to questions. Let's have a dialogue, bro.
So yes, as I am a very big note taker. I talked about it yesterday on all my notebooks that I have. And I never know what's going to trigger inside my head, and I like to have it down. And so while you're thinking about the mule, and I was listening to your story, and Chad Free, got your shirt on, brother, got your shirt on. I just saw you, so I want to show you my shirt when I wake up. But I wrote this down with the mule, and I was trying to relate it to life. And my question that I had for like the person, if I was there, would have been, if the mule didn't kick you on the third time, would you have kept on hitting it? How many more times would you have kept on doing that behavior? Which makes me, which my thought process was, is how many of us today are doing a repeated behavior or habit that we probably know that is like the guys, like I worked on a farm. It's funny, like I was relating, I'm upstate New York, farmland, cows, bulls, like they're going to react to you in some case, in some way, at some point. They're not, no matter a human being or an animal, they're only going to take so much, and then they're going to cause a reaction to you. As a human being in your adult phase of this habits and behaviors, how many more times would he had to hit the stick for him to have a reaction done to him, for the mule to do something and be like, damn, that was close? How many of us in our life have said to ourselves, that was close? That was a close one. That could have went either way. And I, like, in my life, we got a phenomenal guest tomorrow, figured out Friday. He's on here right now, Jack. Him and I are cut from the same cloth in many different things. But there's many times in my life that I'm like, that was a little too close for comfort. Like, I better do something different. And so when you were speaking, Derek, I said to this, I wrote down, like, why do we have to be so reactive in life? Why are we so reactive? We know what when I was drinking all, like, I knew having Goldschlager and having a bottle of wine in the morning probably was not a good thing. I still did it. I still pushed the envelope, learning how to a functioning alcoholic. And I pushed the envelope more times than the average human being should. And I knew what I was doing. So like when he's hitting the mule, like he knows at some point this mule might do something. And so I went down that whole path of like reactive and proactive. And when you pivoted and you started talking about control, in change and what you can do, where's my girl Latrice? It still sits on it stays on my desk. And she
That's
gave
prayer.
me this beautiful thing. It says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So you know what I pray for? I pray for wisdom each day. Because the wisdom is what allows me. And if I can't get the wisdom inside myself, I do what John Maxwell says. He said when we were in our event, he says, Brock, Well, he didn't say Brock, but he says, everyone, yeah, I like to say he said Brock. I like to say he said Brock.
That's all right. Rock,
He
go
said
for it.
Brock. He says, pray for winners with wisdom to come into your life. And ever since that moment, back in the summer, that's when I met Latrice for the first time. I remember that, you know what? I don't need to know everything. I just need to be surrounded by amazing chefs, amazing leaders, amazing speakers like everybody on here, amazing synergy, unison, to be able to help people. Because imagine if there was somebody else in the field, Derek, with that guy. And
Mhm.
imagine you were there, be like, hey, bro, I don't know about you, but let me just tell you, I worked on a farm. At some point, that mule is going to turn around and kick you in the head. Like I've gotten kicked many times off. That's probably why I'm a little shaky, but I worked on a farm. I worked on a farm since I was 13 years old. It's part of my story of my life. And I got kicked, stepped on, squeezed, like a lot of different things but I started to learn how to be around an animal like that because they weigh over 1,000 pounds. If they step on your foot, all your foot's not the same. So I just loved your message in reference to control your thoughts. I'm not going to try to say your 50 cent word. That's like a tongue twister for me. I can't, I wrote it down. I probably didn't spell it right, but I'm going to Google the inimitable, whatever it is that you said,
Inimitable.
inimitable. And so anyways, that's kind of where I came from in your message today. And I just wanted to at least share with you my thoughts, and you can share your own reaction or if anybody else has something they would like to add to it.
I appreciate that, Brock. I do, and I appreciate your perspective. Amanda Stidman asked the question if it was an analogy or if he actually hit the mule with the stick. And no, Amanda, he actually hit the mule with the stick. Now, Brock, to your point, I left out the most telling part of the story, and I appreciate that you went where you went because after that mule kicked at him and missed him, he got up, ran to the house, and his thought was that he's going to grab his daddy's shotgun and he's going to come back out and shoot the mule. You see, he blamed the mule
Hmm.
and he wanted to end the mule's life, although he was the one who grabbed the stick to hit the mule. Now, you talked about what can you control or the wisdom, having wise people around you. Luckily, someone was home to say, "What are you doing?" And they stopped him from going to shoot the neighbor's mule. So, having wise people around you, like, hey, dumbass, what are you doing?
Right.
No, how about instead of going out there to shoot the mule, you just stay in the house? How about you not go back out in the field? Where's the threat? Where's the danger? How is that mule bothering you? Right?
Mhm.
Maybe you should leave the mule alone. So having wise people around you, man, that can tell you, hey, dumbass, put the bottle down. Hey, don't talk to people this way. Don't treat people that way. Don't do X, Y, or Z, or maybe do these things. Having Amy came around you, like, hey, wake up, exercise, let's go. Having Christian around you, hey, look at your numbers, or AI, look at, whatever, just, you know what I mean, bro? It's like, it's beautiful to have those people around you when Brock can reach out and be like, hey, bro, what's going on? And I can explain a few things and you can write back, hey, or Rebecca Black, when I can reach out to her and be like, hey, I'm in a crunch and I need this thing. And she can just be like, there you go. Which I honestly think that she has an AI bot embedded in her head, by the way. But
Yeah, I know. I did the same thing. I asked her for something the other day, and she's like, "Well, this is what I think, and try this." And there's a link, and has this, and I was just like, "Wow, all right." It's like that was pretty easy. Like I didn't thought about it like that.
Too generous, gentlemen. No, Derek, I love today's message. And, it takes me back to one word, and that's confidence. And, you know, the mule reacted after he was kicked 3 times. And I don't think that us as humans are any different than that. And it's that third time when he was hit, he's like, finally, I'm not taking this anymore. Like, you ain't gonna hit me one more time. Like, I'm going to stand up, I'm going to fight back. And it relates a lot to like that pivotal moment whenever I found confidence in the basis of the confidology framework that I built out, your IP, your identity, and your personality. And this mule, much like humans, is like, hey, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I need you out of my circle. And sometimes in life, we don't always pay attention when we're hit the first time or we're hit the second time. Sometimes it takes that third time. And that's where that saying, stubborn as a mule, comes from.
Mm.
Because we can sit there and we can take it and we can take it and we can take it. We can do what everybody else wants us to do. We can shift our identity. We can shift our personality. We can create dissension inside of ourselves. But there comes a breaking point, a literal breaking point where you're like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to take control of what I'm doing. And that starts with your thoughts and your actions, positive thoughts, positive things on TV, positive music, positive conversation, and actions. Whether it's I'm going to put the bottle down, whether it's I'm going to turn off the trashy TV and turn on something that's a little more educational, a little more uplifting. I'm going to plug myself into masterminds. Hey, I'm going to start working with a coach. You take control, alternate what it is that you are doing in your daily life. And if you need to start your day with like daily affirmations, whether you need to change the places that you're going instead of hanging out with the at the bar with your friends, maybe you need to go take a walk on the beach and do some journaling, some reflecting, take a moment of gratitude. And then you have to delete. As you go through this journey, delete, control, alt, delete. Three powerful buttons. When you put them down and you hold them down on a computer, what do? They reset. And your life, your journey, your purpose, and your confidence is very much the same way. You can press the reset button at any time. And that was my takeaway from today.
Damn, Brock, the Success Summit gonna be good. Man, come on. Brother, man, Rebecca, you are awesome. And I love you. I absolutely love you. I agree with everything you said except one thing. Don't tell me to turn off my trashy TV. Listen, Jerry Springer was real. WrestleMania is real. And you can't tell me anything else.
But Derek, here's the thing. I never said Jerry Springer was trashy. So that's an assumption that you made.
That's high quality. You know what? Dang, look at it. Just psychoanalyzing me, breaking me down in front of everybody. That's why I love you, though. Bro, I'm really excited for the Success Summit. I know that you didn't ask for a shameless plug over here, but being in a room around thinkers like this, having access to mindsets, paradigms like this, people that are in charge or working daily to gain better control of their paradigm, taking in the mentors, listening to the John Maxwell's, going to the conferences and the mastermind groups like Rebecca's talking about. I'm headed to the wealth conference now. Charles is headed to that wealth conference as well. I love being around people that are growth minded people and they understand that the greatest investment that they can make is within themselves because that's where the seed of greatness was planted, was within you. So, Brock, I appreciate the opportunity, bro. You're still here, so you get to close the show out today. You're not running off with Brielle because she's
I don't,
62.
Brielle is not like in my ear saying we need to go, we need to go. She's on the couch telling me she needs something to eat, a little toaster. I don't even know. She sent me a text message. I gotta look at that. But yeah, we're gonna put the Summer Success Summit link in the chat here. We want you to be there July 16th, 17th, and 18th. We got something really special. So please take a look at your calendars. You'll be able to listen. This mastermind that you're hearing today, you guys actually, I just looked around. You got all four of us on here right here. You got Derek, Rebecca, Chad, and I are all on here. And we are going to be pouring into you all for 2.5 days. So there's the link. It is in the chat. It'll be in the Facebook group as well. But I'm very, very excited tomorrow. Guys, I got a special person. Him and I talked the other day. We are we don't have similar stories, but we're cut from the same cloth. And Jack is going to be on here. I listened to him. Robin had me on one of these clubhouse shows, and I was listening to this gentleman. You can see him now. And but Jack was he was talking. How many? It's kind of like Derek. I listened to this man speak for about a minute, and I said, I need to talk to this guy. I need to know who he is. And I hunted him down, Chad. And I was like, Robin, I need his phone number. I need his digits. I got to talk to this guy. And since then, him and I have had several conversations, several text messages. Amazing person. And tomorrow he's going to be on the show, Figured Out Friday. So come back tomorrow, 8:15 Eastern time, to listen to his story and what he did, his amazing figured out moments that he had. So come back, join us tomorrow, 8:15, to listen to our main man, Mr. Derek Green. Always a pleasure, brother. Always a pleasure.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all
Guys,
beautiful people
have a
have an
good one.
amazing day. Sorry, bro.
You
Go
too.
ahead.
No, babe, safe travels. Guys, God bless you. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:15 for Figured Out Friday. See ya.